Do you want a BLT and a cup of tea before we start today's job? Oh, and yes, I know someone's going to rag on me for my choice of bacon, but I don't eat animals. It's the best we can do. I can give you a vegetarian, vegan burger, sausage, you won't know the difference. Bacon, it's lackluster. It's the best we can do. But when it's all put together, it tastes the same. Right, so today's job is we need to finish off getting rid of all the coving. I've done most of it. And get the PowerPoints in ready, because then we're going to pick up the plasterboard in the van, and the plasterboard is going to have to be thrown against a wall temporary. So we need the area clean ready for it. So I've got that coving down already, all three of them. It's just this one that we need to get rid of now, and then a couple of PowerPoints in. So everything has now been removed and we're semi-clean on the floor. I've just wrote down where everything's going to be plugged in this room to work out what's going on. So we want to get rid of that plug, it's not going to be needed, and put it on this wall. We also want to put one here. You can see a couple of lines where my units are going to go, so we want one in the middle of that, so it's underneath the desk and you shouldn't be able to see it. We've got this one here, and I want another one there. That way 2 PowerPoints will go up the legs of the table, so you shouldn't see any cables. Obviously the cable is going to hide all the way down there, and one additional PowerPoint there. So when I put my chair and table, I could potentially have a lamp hidden behind it. So you shouldn't see the PowerPoints, you shouldn't see any cables. It should be pretty tight with the cable management. This is a network cable. We've got one coming in from the actual modem and one going out to feed the loft. So we need to move this over to here, because this is where the cupboard and the networking stuff's going to go. So we need to drill some holes to the outside and move all these cables over there as well. This room is pretty trashed at the moment, but I still have a vague understanding where everything is. And as always, I bulk buy everything, so we should have enough PowerPoints. So I'm just trying to get the back boxes, and I also need to find a thinner one just in case I can't go too far into the wall, but it's probably going to be in this box somewhere. No, it's up there. Told you I bulk buy. Oh, don't want one of them. Ah, see, that's what we want. And then I need to go through my cabling drawers and find out if we've got enough power cable, but no worries if we can't. That would just be a quick run to screw fix. The first thing I want to do is lift one of these up, mainly because I don't want to pick the power socket there, run it down and find it land straight on a joist. I want to obviously have it in between, but I need to get under it anyway to feed the power cable, so we might as well get her up first. And there appears to be a hole here, so I think someone's already been in. Meaning hopefully this one lifts up easier. Jesus, I've never fucking snapped one of them. That's what we wanted. That going down is not what we wanted. That's something else we need to fix now. The reason that went down Easiest obviously is cut it on the joist and put the flimsiest piece of wood to actually hold it up. So we'll reinforce that a little bit better. So now I'm just going to do a few holes so I can encourage the brick to split where I want it to. Right, I'm going to dig it all out and can fit that in there nicely. I could have gone with a smaller back box, but I'll always thank myself for putting a deeper one in, because when you try and get two cables in the back of a plug socket and squish it to the wall, it's always nice to just have that little wiggle room. But oh no, we're not finished just yet. We need to get this bad boy in there. Perfect. And then we do it all again. I'm now sat in a corner, taking a moment. We've got one in, two in. It is high for a reason, because the desk is going to sit there and I want it to just be underneath the desk, whereas that one's going to have a cupboard in front of it, so it doesn't matter where it is. We've just dug that one out. The cable that you put in originally was off a spur and not off a ring, so I've disconnected that. And we're going to ring all these together. And I'm just about to install the last one here. The other one is going to be behind me, but I've just realised that's going to be on a fake wall, so I can install that later. And now I've just been chasing cables, working out where everything is going under the floorboards, or if it's going to go under the skirting and everything. But either way, I need to pinch 5 minutes. Right, so I need to get some plasterboard now, and to do that, we need a van. Oh, hello, Grant. Hello. Now, this is a sophisticated and adult room, so this should be a sophisticated and adult video.
Roger.
Grant. So it's another day. We've got the plasterboard in. Don't worry, for the professionals, we're not leaning it against the wall. It's actually against some wood. But yeah, I've got everything chiseled in there. So we're now playing with a bunch of cables and pulling up more floorboards, get everything wide in. for two reasons. One, the new wall is going to sit on the floorboards, so I kind of need to do all the floorboards stuff first so I can put it back. And second of all, it's a death trap. So we're just going to pull some cables and then start looking at making a wall. I'm not the biggest fan of doing all this just because there's so much dust and you bump into things and you don't want to rip a floorboard up to find out what's underneath it, so you're back and forth, back and forth. Right, you're not going that way. You're going this way instead. Let's see if there's any resistance this time. Create something else now. Well, the idea of throwing them walls up never happened. That's pretty much took me the whole day getting this sorted. So we now have all the power points in. We've got them in there. I've done some, let me swap the camera around. I've screwed all these in so they're ready for me to actually plaster over. And we've tested them all. And they're all come back saying they're passed and done okay. We've chased the cables, so it means we can put all the floorboards back down now, bar this one, because obviously we're going to need to continue some more pipe work for the radiator. And the other thing I've realised, which is a bit of a problem, is when we put this new wall, it's going to finish about here, which means I'm probably not going to be able to sneak that skirting board back under. So I'm going to have to chop the skirting boards in half, put half of them down, and probably fetch a few more of these up to help the plumber. So anywho, I think that's where we're probably going to call this video a day. I know it's shorter than what I do normally, but it's because when I throw the wall up, I'm going to put the plasterboard up and then I'm going to plaster it. And I'm going to probably leave the plaster for a fair bit of time to actually dry out properly. Which means if it lands halfway into one of the vlogs, then I won't be able to upload it until it's dry. So if I call it a day now, then the next video can just consist of pure wall building and working out what we're going to do around that window. So yes, fingers crossed you enjoyed it. I promise I will reduce the amount of slow-mo now moving forwards. I just like to do slow-mo, what can I say? Plus also, I accidentally purchased a month's worth of subscription to like royalty-free music, hence why the music's been pretty okay. That's going to probably expire now. I'm very tempted to buy it back. It's only £10 a month. I don't make that in the advert revenue, but it does make the videos better. So I think I'll just pay for it while I'm doing these vlogs anyway. So that's me done and dusted. I hope you've either been entertained, slightly learned something, or at least put a smile on your face. So thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, guys. Bye.
Oh, you thought the video had ended. This is where people say like, comment and subscribe. Well, I don't need to do that, because if you like the content, you're fucking clever enough to go, I probably want some more of that, so you would subscribe anyway or you wouldn't. But the point is, not many people like without being told to. Don't know why, but it does help with the algorithms. El Punko Junkie out.